Welcome, Libra, to your weekly love reading for September the 10th to the 16th of 2018. So let's look into what you want to go through, or potentially for some of you. So this is going to be a two spread reading. All right, this is going to be the first one. So let's see, just for this week for Libra in love for September 10th to the 16th of 2018. So some of you might be dealing with someone who is causing you a lot of frustration, and you're not sure how to handle them, not sure what to do, and you're not sure how to make it right. So you maybe just take a step back in some way, but we'll look into it further. All right, for Libra, September 10th or 16th. Okay. You both. So there is some communication, maybe for some. Now this is where you're either around that particular person, you're talking, you're communicating, and you're maybe trying to reconcile something. So maybe a water sign, Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer, or you're around somebody, or they're in your midst, or someone reaches out to communicate, whether it's social media, you're going out and running into somebody, but someone is coming towards you, you're going towards someone else. Now what is the person that this is coming out a lot, the person that you're dealing with could be bringing financial issues towards you. Now this is when you either communicate that that's happening, and you send them off and send them on their way to fix the problem, and it doesn't happen. They come back with more of the same issue. So that might be something that they're either hiding from you or keeping away from you, but you intuitively sense it and know it, or you already addressed it. What is your response? So this is where you're kind of trying to be stable. Your home, you're either around your mother, family member, your romantic partner, a Capricorn, Virgo, or a Taurus. You have two people showing up, and maybe financial issues are separating you from moving forward into a newer connection, or someone moving forward with you. So I feel like the home, you know, obligations, making sure that you take care of responsibilities, and just trying to find some time to breathe in some way. So that is good. So the advice, so it tells you where, if you feel, again, you might not be getting through to somebody, and you might just be running into a crash course all the time, the cussing, the fighting, the arguments, the constant ins and ups and downs, and I feel like the scenario repeats itself constantly. So this is you taking a step back. Now when this is happening, it tells you you don't need to take that big trip. You don't need to push things forward. That's why I was mentioning that in the very beginning, that is coming out. So I feel like there could be an issue with friction. Be careful of drinking and driving. Be careful of getting in disputes while you are maybe texting your partner and you're doing something where, you know, there could be issues surrounding that kind of thing. But I feel like this is an energy of staying put and not pushing the issue, and allowing someone to come to you if they're meant to. Now the outcome is still having some kind of the temptation to hold on to something unhealthy, not being able to let go. The way that you think about somebody, how much you communicate with them, the fact that you might not communicate your needs in some way, and that's either you or the other person maybe having issues financially, that's going on. So two financial cards showing up, and then we have one emotional energy, but you have two major arcanas that are there. So I'm going to clarify one card, which is death in reverse for Libra. So it tells you that you need to disconnect and enjoy yourself. All right, when you are around a certain person and you really feel this type of way for them, you can't really have them open up to you. Can't have them communicate everything to you when you feel like they could, if it's really real. But it doesn't mean that they will. You know, allow it to happen as they feel like everybody is programmed. Maybe, you know, for now in some way. It doesn't mean they can't be. They can't find different ways to open up or express themselves, but they're still learning just like you are. So I feel like just allow it to happen naturally, and to disconnect with someone. If you are moving on from someone, be their friend. Even if it's someone that you're growing into, just be cool with them until they are available, or until you are available. So fun might be an issue with you, and being stressed out and anxious about somebody and how much they might be into you or not. So that's going to be spread one. We're going to look into spread two. So Libra, for spread two, let's look into spread two for you. What's going on for September 10th to the 16th of 2018 for Libra and love. Okay. So you both, again, the expressing oneself, you know, opening up, communicating. There is something where you both might not really be into one another or being able to really get close intimately. There could be a wife, a husband, maybe a Taurus for some of you that you might be dealing with that's significant in your life, or you're dealing with a mother that affects you in some way, and it does bring about a lot of emotional intensity or doubt when it comes to a connection. All right. And maybe even something sexually that could really bring you down, or that you have bad memories about, and that could be stressful. What is the person that you're dealing with bringing towards you? Again, issues with money, either borrowing it, not able to pay it back, and that could be stressful. So delays with it, either giving it out to somebody. That person or you could have a connection with the child where that person is constantly having to re-up or find different ways to bring happiness and financial security to that child's life. So your response. So you're stressed. Again, you have two major arcana. So stress, where you're feeling really deeply like it's hopeless, like you're feeling like it's not going to work out. That's not necessarily the case. It just means that the timing might be a bit off, and try not to give into despair. Okay, so what is your advice? It tells you that you might be going through a situation where, again, if you give out and you give and you give and you try to do things to reconcile with somebody, and they're not opening up to you, they're not turning around certain patterns, it tells you that justifiably the universe is going to let you learn through your own paces of what to do, how to treat this particular person or how to deal with them, and how to learn not to accept certain things and to step away from something that's not working. Usually karmically, I feel with the major arcana there that this is going to help you out in a positive way. You might be bound to somebody where you are connected at the hip, so to speak, because you're used to a particular person and you're afraid to readjust and maybe kind of just take a step back and allow that person to come to you. So I feel like these things are happening for a good reason, and eventually you'll say, oh, you'll figure out good or the bad, from the scenario and why you're going through it. And I feel here with the outcome that there may be a lot of possessiveness, emotional insensitivity coming from both of you, because you might be dealing with someone where I see two people showing up. There might be someone, say for you as justice, you're trying to be fair, you're trying to be kind, you're trying to do what you do, but there's someone who's holding back from you, or they're dealing with someone else and you're not liking that too much. And sometimes it tells you to find your own happiness and peace of mind so that you're not getting into these energies. Now, jealousy can come through in natural ways because we want our partner to be around to kind of just to reassure us of what's going on at times. But when it gets into the resentments, or spying or watching them or trying to possess them as if they are your own property, that could be an issue. And that's where you have to let up and release that particular person or energy or scenario so that you are much happier with yourself first and foremost. So that's what I feel there that could be going on. So let's clarify one card, and that is justice. So let's see, get that justice for Libra. So yes, having issues with the past, I feel. And I feel if you still hold on to the past, or you still hold on to certain instances of the past and what it's brought you, again, you'll still have to learn through these scenarios of what to let go of and what not to hold on to any longer. So let's see, messages for Libra. And it could also be your romantic love interests are dealing with court or legal matters that they're trying to move on from, or just find closure with as well. Messages for Libra for September 10th to the 16th. And we have, this could be the one that says you've already met the romantic partner that you seek. Now, when this is coming out, so some of you are needing to let go of the past so that you can move into a newer relationship with somebody, and you're wanting to know whether or not that person is the right one for you. Well, the only way for you to really know and for you to feel better about things is to say, well, I've done everything that I can do to free up my energy with another person, and now I can get to know someone else, but not staying with a certain connection and trying to get to know someone else intimately at the same time of having both parties. So that's going to pull your energy down. You got to just be careful about how you handle that, but do your best, because you're going to do what you feel is best for you. So let's see, messages for Libra for September 10th to the 16th. Then we have honeymoon. It says enjoy the bliss of holiday time together. So many of you may have the opportunity to be around somebody, to renew things with that particular person, but it seems like you might be having fun rather than literally going on a honeymoon. For some of you, yes, but for others of you, this is like just being cordial with them, being independent and maybe intellectual, but keeping your distance in some way to see how things might flow with space. All right, so that's going to be your reading. Lots of love to you, tons of healing vibes as well. I wish you the best, and you can always go to the website psychicloveheals.com to schedule something for you. Have a good one.